everybody, Jessica Coulter here, CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. Today we're talking about Googling and why you don't want to Google everything, especially at school. So I appreciate you being here, guys. Make sure you tap that like or heart button for me to let me know you're there watching. And if you've got an opinion, I would love to know what you think. Just make sure we keep it school appropriate. I want to know whether you think we should go all online with resources or if we need those print resources or print books as well. So I have a couple different things I want to bring to your attention over the next couple of minutes. So make sure you've hit that follow button so you don't miss another video on Facebook, and make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube so again, you always know the next time I go live. Now the reason we're talking about this today, guys, is it's Friday and I was posting a funny on my business page on Facebook, and one of the things I found was something about old people and not knowing how to Google the answers. And it got me thinking that right now and all this COVID stuff, let alone as schools kind of integrate more and more technology into their classrooms, that kids don't necessarily know how to use textbooks anymore. So I was a substitute teacher in a history class the other day, and the students were given a worksheet. They had to fill it out with paper and answer the questions by writing them out, and they were given the page numbers. Even though they had the page numbers, these middle schoolers could not find the answers. They were struggling to look at this page, like say page 201, and find the correct headline, and then find the correct graph, or look for the right bold word. They just had no idea how to use the text features. And I've got to tell you, that's kind of sad. I mean, it's a skill that's going to translate into many, many more textbooks, many more classes, and upper level and more difficult subjects. And if they can't do that at middle school because they're so used to using the computer, I see a problem. I had more than one student ask me, hey, can I just Google the answers? Unfortunately, if you do that, it defeats the whole purpose of the assignment. Of course, the middle schoolers told me, I'm old, and that's not how we do things anymore, hence the video. So guys, before we move into another idea I want to share with you about Googling and how we shouldn't do it all the time for all homework assignments, I want to encourage you to join my Facebook group. There's a link in the description. The group is called Students Aiming for A's, and I tutor students 3rd grade and up, all the way through adults in grad school. So I'd love to have you in the group so I can get you some skills and provide some reasons and know-how when it comes to text evidence. So I have a couple more ideas I want to share with you. Before we do though, if you're just now joining us, thanks for being here if you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. So guys, another reason. You're wondering, okay, why should I not just Google everything? Well, I've got to tell you that sometimes it's just a lot easier to go grab that book off the shelf than it is to have to spend 5-10 minutes, possibly even a couple hours, depending on exactly what you're searching for, Googling. Because unfortunately, everybody can post anything online. So that means just because there's a resource that says it's verified or that it's legitimate, unfortunately is not the case. It used to be .govs, .edus were good resources, and they still are. I would definitely encourage you to go there first, but do know it's becoming easier and easier to buy domains with those different, I don't want to say another word, but those parts of the URLs. So just know that a book has a longer process. Yes, you can publish your own books through Amazon now, but do know it's still, to me, if you go through the book route, especially an older book, then the information, might be a little outdated, but some things are always going to be the same. Like certain things, yes, science advances, yes, we discover new things, but do know that not only how to use the book, but also just the fact of looking up at information in the book is sometimes more accurate than the internet. Now, one last thing, guys, before we wrap it up, I do also want to tell you and encourage you, if your student hasn't used a paper textbook in a while or ever, do know that knowing how to use a glossary, knowing how to use the index, and even just a table of contents is very, very important. Because, we all are going to have a job someday, have a career of some kind, and we all go through orientation. Well, part of orientation is the workbook. So if you don't know where part of the workbook is, you're kind of wondering, well, what am I supposed to wear? Or, what time am I supposed to get off? Those kind of details are in that orientation manual, and depending on the boss you have, you're going to be told, just go look it up in your manual. You should have read it by now, or it's all there. Well, if you haven't had the chance to practice looking up a glossary, looking up a table of contents at school, in your textbook, you might not even know it exists, let alone how to use it. So again, Googling is not going to help you learn how to use the table of contents, because you don't need it, because it's just going to take you to the exact paragraph, exact page that you need, or at least that it thinks you need. So guys, thank you so much for being here. Again, if you want some help to get better at using textbooks, you want some kind of text feature knowledge and how-tos, then join my group so you'll be better prepared for the next time your teacher actually hands you a real textbook and says, complete the assignment. So thanks so much. Have a great night.